Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I will be showing you how to adjust your shutter speed on your Canon camera. So keep watching so you can learn how. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. If you haven't watched my previous video talking all about shutter speed, what it is, how to use it in different scenarios, definitely go back and watch that video first before we deep dive into how to actually adjust and set your shutter speed. I will link it in a card up top so you can check that out. Alright, now let's get into this video. Look on the back of your LCD screen on your camera. You'll first off notice where shutter speed is. For some of you, it might be on the top of your camera instead. Sorry, I know my camera's a bit dirty, guys. I need to clean it. But that will be a future video. I'll make a future video on how to clean your camera and your lens. However, we're going to continue on with this one and how to show your shutter speed. So first off, what you're going to want to do is obviously turn your camera on. Alright. So obviously I'm already in manual mode, which I highly recommend shooting in manual. Shooting in shutter priority is a little bit different. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to manually set or adjust your shutter speed. So we're already in manual mode. So straight away you can see that my camera is already selected on the shutter speed with the 1/100. So that means that the shutter speed right now is currently set at 1/100th of a second. Now in order to toggle between our shutter speed, aperture, we can hit this button right here, which is our exposure compensation button, also known as the aperture control button, which is symbolized by the AV ± symbol. So if you hit that, currently it's on shutter speed, but now you'll see that it is on aperture. So now you can see I can toggle between shutter and aperture. Now for this particular camera, because it's a Canon Rebel series, it's an older camera, we use the main dial. The newer Canon cameras use the large dial, which is basically just a circular dial, and it basically just does the same thing that the main dial would do on an older Canon camera. That's how we adjust the shutter speed. So I am actually going to do that. I'm going to move this to the left and to the right and notice what happens to the shutter speed as I do so. Now it became 125, and then you can keep going higher and higher. Certain cameras, you can have very high shutter speeds. Older cameras are limited, they can't go as high. Newer cameras can go speed to the left. That creates a slower shutter speed. When you adjust the shutter speed to the right, that is now a faster shutter speed. You also want to remember that when you use a slower shutter speed, that means more light is coming into the camera. And then when you're using a faster shutter speed, that means less light is coming into the camera. So when we have a lower number, that means that it is a slower shutter speed, and when it's a higher number, it's a fast shutter speed. And two, also remember, whenever you're shooting or using a faster shutter speed, when you're trying to freeze motion or capture fast-moving objects, you want to remember that this will limit the amount of light that is reaching the camera sensor, so you may need to compensate by using a wider aperture. At the end of the day, setting your shutter speed will ultimately depend on what and where you're photographing. So you can use guides as a guide, which they basically are cheat sheets and whatnot. However, you really don't know how to set your shutter properly until you actually are in the moment and you practice and practice and practice. So through much practice and actually using your camera and being in different scenarios and actually messing around playing with your shutter speed on your camera, eventually it will become like second nature and you will learn how to use your shutter speed for these different scenarios. Here is a free shutter speed cheat sheet that I found on phototraces.com. I will also link this cheat sheet in the description of this video. So if you would like to download a copy of this, you can after you finish watching the video. And it's very helpful because it shows different scenarios and gives references as to what type of shutter speed you can use. For instance, when you're photographing birds in flight, action sports, street photos, landscape, panning cars, waterfalls, and so on. Also, be sure to check out my ebook on Amazon entitled A Beginner's Guide to Fully Manual Mode to find out more information how to fully shoot in manual mode, to really master your camera settings, and to demystify shutter speed, ISO, and aperture, and to really get the full maximum value out of your camera to take really exceptional photographs. The link will be in my description if you are interested in purchasing my ebook and reading it to find out more information to take your photography to the next level. I hope you got some value out of this video and learned something new. Be sure to drop me a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you like. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will catch you in the next one.